Yeah.
Did you make that?
Solid Hill TDS. J. Leo. Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions with my rations getting low. Get down on the floor, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this we too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the date before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in F doom hits. The sun god bringing some light, now watch your mood switch. Hieroglyphs writing scripts, namaste but conquering. Conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Chair. What's up? What is up? How's everybody doing today? It's your boy Walker Mar here in the building, episode 162, I.O.W. Sports Late Night All Edition. And of course, as always, that is the homie 40 Water, aka Silent Hill TDS. Him and the homie J. Leo. You see it scrolling on the bottom of your screen. Pale Move Devil Dance is the name of the song, and y'all make sure y'all go show our brothers some love on their YouTube page at Hitchhikers. Yes. And while you're over there on their YouTube page, please make sure to continue to show us some more love and support as much as possible. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, I.O.W. Sports Network. Yes, at YouTube. That's where all the content that we have, from Moneyline with Nick Shine, I.O.W. Wildcard Mar, Wild Quick Rants, I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition is on there. I.O.W. Sports, our regular show, is on there. And hell, a pop-up I.O.W. Sports show will pop up sometimes on there. Please go show some of the support at I.O.W. Sports Network on YouTube. As always, we also have the Instagram channel. You see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen, our Instagram page. That is the address of our Instagram page, as well as our Twitter. Scrolling on the bottom of your other page as well. So we both have those social media platforms. And then, of course, we are on Facebook app. Yes, we are. Going over to the Facebook public page, I.O.W. Sports Network gives everybody a chance to publicly, declare what sports teams you root for, sports teams you hate, sports athletes you love, sports athletes you don't, spark a good adult conversation. And as well as you can always drop a funny meme. But if you got a sports podcast, drop your content. Let people know that you have content. You got a small business. Let people know you have a small business. Emphasis on network. And most importantly, going over to your respective app stores, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, download the I.O.W. Network app. If you saw today on the sports show, we had the Dirty Hills on there. They are part of the I.O.W. Network app. You can hear their content on the app on Saturdays at noon Eastern. Talk some wrestling with the Dirty Hills. We got all different types of different podcasts, as well as great music from independent and mainstream artists alike trying to get their grind on. It's a great app, and it's free. But without further ado, of course, joining me tonight, we got the big homemade repping New Jersey. Big homie Nick. What's up, brother?
I can't
Oh,
agree.
hey. I like that hoodie, bro.
Big Nick,
Got
I.O.W. Sport. Hold on, let me dip that shit a little bit.
that shit's fresh, bro.
It's very fresh.
You got some jets on there and shining like they shine. Boy, I like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm drunk.
So you're not gonna lie.
Smoking a Black and Mild wood tip.
Yeah, you definitely
I'm a pussy. Like I'm not smoking weed. Like if I smoke weed, I'd be sleeping for like 2 weeks.
I don't know. It's all good, bro. I'm not gonna bash you on your choice to smoke a Black and Mild over weed. It's all
Listen,
good.
somebody wants to hollow it out, refill it. I'm good, but right now I'm very good.
Nah, you good, bro.
What's up, Matt? Oh, look at Matt. Matt upgraded the chat.
And did he? How can I get my hands on some? Hey Matt, how to get your hands on some I.O.W. gear? Going over to the Facebook page. So go onto the Facebook page. It should be the first message pinned up.
I'm just gonna do the show like this.
And it has the address pinned on it. So literally going over to the I.O.W. Sports Network page
I'm gonna do this
Facebook.
for the full hour.
So for the full hour. Please don't. Please don't. It should be the first announcement linked on there where we have the address to get some merch.
Lord Jesus, baby heaven.
Well, you got indigestion?
Huh?
Well, you got indigestion? I get indigestion when I drink too much.
No. Just life.
Shit. We all got to deal with the crazy.
Motherfuckers offered me a job and they pulled it today.
That's kind of raggedy. Bullshit.
Very raggedy.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah, no, we'll do that. But anyways,
that's why I bought 14 of these tall boys today, so it's 28. I didn't want to drink a 30 pack because I thought that would be overdoing it.
Oh, really?
you know what, man? Sometimes I set limitations on myself.
Yeah. Come on, Matt. We always appreciate the support you give us, bro. So just spread the love and let everybody know where the thing
Matthew,
where to get the merch is at. But no wildcard Mario top player today.
Thank you, because I could have sworn to God it would have been Giannis hitting the fucking 3 to go to overtime. So thank you. I love you, brother, and I appreciate you.
I almost did, and I'm not even gonna lie. I almost went that route to putting that on there as a top.
And this would have been me. But now I'm back because you didn't.
But no, there's one thing I wanted to really talk about that we didn't get a chance to. These overtime rules. I know we had a discussion about it before. Yeah. But I think it's time that we since now that they have redone them again, I guess it's time to have that conversation again. And I got to play this clip because I feel so much of Swagoo right here. Marcus Spears usually is spot on with a lot of shit that I agree with. In this moment, I definitely agree with him on this. Hear what he had to say.
I love what you said, Bug, about pure entertainment. This reeks of everybody gets a turn. Poor babies. They need to get the ball too. It should be it is equal. When you put your 11 on defense and they put their 11 on offense, that's an equal playing field. It's your job to stop them. And I know that the entertainment value and all of this extending the game. We want to see Josh Allen have an opportunity. Well, they had 60 damn minutes before that to determine the game, okay? And then this is the other thing that makes me terribly upset about this. All right, now you create a situation, okay? If a defense goes out there, all right, and plays well, if a defense goes out there and shut that offense down, and they get and your team offense gets the football, how long do we want the game to be? Babyface and Bug, how long do we want it to go? You just added 2 more games. to the regular season.
Yeah.
And I understand that this is for the playoffs, but you talk about value of the game. Hey, let everybody in on a little secret. Overtime is supposed to be sudden death. That's the point of overtime. It's supposed to be a sudden death situation. Now everybody gets a turn. I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh shit!
I never thought I'd see the day.
Come on, try first. Oh! You just deal with it.
Said I thought I'd never see the day. Thought I'd never see the day. I mean, look, my boy Marcus Spears was on top of this one, man. He was on top of this one. I mean,
hey, I gotta bounce.
Huh?
I gotta bounce. Two of my boys just walked in the door and we're about to go shoot some pool.
All right, fuck out of here, motherfucker.
Hey, listen, stop being a fucking racist. Don't talk to me like that because I'm white. Don't talk to me like that because I'm tall. Don't talk to me like that because I'm better looking than you.
Better looking?
I'm drinking. Don't take me seriously.
Yeah. Hey, be safe, bro.
Hey, let's do the money line tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Friday.
Thursday? What's today?
Today's Thursday. We did the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I should be free. Yeah. Hit me up.
Hit me up. I'm good all day.
Motherfucker, it's your show. You hit me up.
Motherfucker, you gotta record it. It's your fucking. You're the producer. Tell me when you can produce, bitch.
Well, technically, you can film it by yourself. I can produce it later.
This is true.
Yeah. Hey, hit me up, my brother. We'll work it out. Be safe.
You working tomorrow? You got open time?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'll find some open time. So be safe. Don't get locked up because I got bail money for your
locked
ass.
up? Never. I got to whip these white boys and pull, and then when you come up, man, we'll all get together. We'll go out. It'll be a good time.
Make sure you get home safe, my brother. All right. All right. Peace. Deuces.
Be good, everybody.
No. Look, I think Boog was spot on. Everybody wants a turn. Everybody got to get a turn. Like these overtime rules to me are getting ridiculous. And now they're trying to make sure that everybody gets a shot. Everybody gets a turn in overtime. And to me, it's like what's the point? I get the point. I know why they're doing it. It's about money. It's about viewership. You know, everybody wants to look at, oh, Josh Allen didn't get a chance against the Chiefs. Come on. You don't lose because of a coin flip, because of the rules. The rules are the rules. It is what it is. If you wanted to beat the Chiefs, how about you stop them? You don't let them in field goal range with 13 seconds left on the clock. Or how about you play defense and don't let them run up and down on the field on you, scoring on pretty much damn near every possession. How about that? Just like Boog said, you had 60, not Boog, Swag, you said, you had 60 minutes, 60 damn minutes to stop a team from scoring more than you. Every team gets that same opportunity. Every team. It's I know people want to say, oh, it shit depends on who was playing, who not. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. You got 60 minutes. I'm gonna line up on defense and offense, so will you. We both gonna line up on special teams. At the end of the day, yes, injuries happen. Sometimes your best players won't be available. Sometimes their best players won't be available. It is what it is. Yeah, I hear the overused statement, next man up. Well, in the NFL, it really is next man up. There's 11 guys on each side of the ball on every possession, whether it's defense, offense, or special teams. Somebody gets hurt, next man up. I mean, there's so much that goes into a team sport, especially like football. Everybody has to be on one accord and with the same vision in mind, or doing what's best for the team on the field. So, I'm just irritated that this is the third time that they've messed with the overtime rules since 2010. 2010, they had one rule, and they changed it in 2012. Now they're changing again in 2022. Like, let the rule sit. Make a rule and let it sit. But you want to keep coming up with other advantages and other things to give your offense more opportunities, because offense is what sells the the masses on the entertainment value. The offense is what it does. Nobody wants to see a defensive game. I call that bullshit. I call that people who are not real fans of football. To me, a great game of football is one that is a chess match. Because football is about a game of advantages, mismatches. Where do I have the advantage over you? Or where do I have a mismatch over you, over the opponent? That's what I love about football. I don't need 100 points scored in between both teams for it to be exciting. Is it exciting? Of course it is. Seeing a 50-48 game, man, it's so exciting. Oh my God, look at all that offense. Yeah, it looks good. But I also am looking at it this way, like, man, damn, what the fuck is a defense? That's how I think. Me personally. I don't know how everybody else sees football, but I love defense. I love some smash mouth hitting. Opponent taking away a possession from the offense, whether it's an interception or a fumble or a sack or, just an all out, just a slobber knocking hit, knocking the shit out of somebody. I love watching that. Football is a warrior sport. I love that blood, guts, and glory shit. That shit's fascinating to me. And quite honestly, that was one of the selling points on football for a lot of people. It's also a selling point. A lot of people don't want to play football. Like, you got to be of a different breed to want to play football, especially as an occupation. Not gonna lie. Once I was done with high school football, I knew I was done. Because I knew I didn't have the dedication to put that much into football like the pros do. Like, you gotta live, drink, sleep, eat, poop, everything. Football. You gotta love it to death. Sacrifice a lot of shit. I wasn't willing to do it. But to think that somebody can just easily, forget the fact that you got to compete for 60 minutes and want to live off a coin flip, or people use a coin flip for the reason why people have lost or won a football game. I just think it's bullshit. Everybody's given the same opportunity to win a football game. Either get it done in the 60 minutes or get it done in overtime. Now they're trying to ensure for sure that you get a chance. And come on, man. How many times are you going to change the rules? Stick with it. Find a rule with the damn overtime. Stick with it. Sit with it. And leave it alone. Leave it alone. So what if this rule change don't work? Huh? Now all of a sudden people gonna be griping and crying because they, I know we didn't, and I get it. They're only using it. They're only using it for playoffs, which still doesn't make sense to me. So for 17 games, your overtime rules is if you get the football first and you go down and score a touchdown, game over. But only in the playoffs, both teams get a possession. How does that make sense? That doesn't make sense at all. Because those regular season games are important, believe it or not. You're trying to tell me that regular season games aren't important, even in week 1? They are important. Because come week 18, and the division's on the line, had I had a 1-game lead, I probably wouldn't even be in this situation. Don't tell me that 1 game in the regular season don't matter. But by literally saying in the regular season, go by these overtime rules, but in postseason, go by these overtime rules. Because the games in postseason matter. That's what I'm reading off of that. I might be reaching, so be it. But that's what I'm getting. You're basically saying that the damn regular season games don't matter as much as postseason. I don't think that's the case. Every regular season game matters. So say you get in 3 or 4 regular season overtime games and you lose them because you don't get the ball first. Now that possibly knocks you out the playoffs. Now, I mean, I'm just saying, like those scenarios could possibly happen. So why only make it the rule when it matters in the postseason? And I don't get it because it matters in the regular season too. But I get it. I get it. It's a knee-jerk reaction. That I honestly think this is a knee-jerk reaction from the NFL. They're looking at what just happened in the playoffs, all these close games, all that drama, especially when it came down to that Bills Chiefs game, and they're looking at Josh Allen not getting a chance. Well, guess what? Boo fucking who? Because I remember me being a Chiefs fan, 2018, seeing Tom Brady and the Patriots march right down the field after getting the football or winning the coin toss, going straight down the field. Literally went straight down the field. And I didn't gripe or complain or bitch or moan that, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes should have got a shot. Well, all the media did. Oh, it's a shame Mahomes should get a shot. So what happens that after that Super Bowl, after that boring Super Bowl between the Rams and the Patriots, football committee comes, has their meeting. Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs, out of 32 teams, the one and only team to say, hey, because this literally just happened to us months ago. We didn't get an opportunity to have the ball in overtime. Patriots won, go to the Super Bowl, win that Super Bowl. But everybody's in up in war in media land about Patrick Mahomes didn't get a shot. So when it comes to the competition committee, the Chiefs say, hey, yo, we should change these overtime rules. You know what the other 31 teams said? No, it is what it is. Shut your mouth. You lost. Okay. See still didn't complain. Because I am one of the belief that says if you can't get the job done in 60 minutes, you can't be mad of what happens in overtime because you didn't get the job done in the regulated minutes. Overtime should be sudden death. Let's get this thing over with so we're not increasing the chances the players can get hurt. Because guess what happens? The more you get fatigued, the chances of you getting hurt go up higher. You know, I mean that's just fact. More fatigued you are, the more chances you get hurt because the more chances of you possibly making more mental mistake, and that mental mistake probably puts you in a position you can get hurt. So now you scroll in 4 years later. Bills don't get a possession in overtime, lose a thriller. You know, then now all of a sudden they raising their hands, and then the Tennessee Titans raised their hands, and a couple of other teams kind of chirped in, yeah, we should probably change that. Okay, their energy is different now. The energy was different now. Because these other teams would be like, man, I would hate for us to be in that position. I would hate for us to be in the playoffs and not get a possession, and now we're going home. Now y'all feel like it's unfair. It's funny. That's all. It's real funny. Man says if you can't outscore your opponent for the 60 minutes, you don't deserve to get the ball. Period. Thank you, Matt. I'm just confused on how much time do you actually need to prove you're the better team? I mean, if you don't get an hour, if you can't get it done within an hour to prove that you're a better team, then what are we doing? Overtime is meant to be sudden death. It's not meant to be a prolonged quarter. It's not meant to be a extra time. You know, you see hockey. You know what happens when they go to overtime? First person that scores, it's over. You know, this ain't soccer where you got a extra time period. No, we didn't play 60 minutes. We didn't play a damn gladiator sport for 60 minutes. Helmets is clanking, pads is popping, bones is cracking. Physical sport for 60 minutes. I don't want to be out here for another 15. For what? You need to get the job done in 60 minutes. That's the point of overtime, especially in football, is just to make sure you declare a winner. But it needs to be quick. Now you giving both teams possessions? No. So what? You lose the coin flip. You still got 11 guys on special teams that need to do their job. You still got 11 guys on defense that are paid well to do their job. Erase the fact that you couldn't stop them from scoring in the 60 minutes. But now you got an opportunity too. You didn't do it. All those other teams take your ass and sit down and mull over the fact that you didn't get the job done. See, because me as a Chiefs fan, I did not gripe and complain that they lost because of a coin flip. I said it straight up and down. You lost because you didn't handle business. D4 lined up all sides. Guess what happened when he lined up all sides? Chiefs got an interception, but it got negated because you lined up all sides. I could point to that and say, well, you know, that might be a reason why you lost. You know, I can look at the fact that even in overtime, defense couldn't stop nothing that the Patriots did. Couldn't stop the little intermediate routes that Julian Edelman was running. Couldn't stop Gronk from pretty much going right up the damn seam. Couldn't stop that. Couldn't stop Rex Burkhead from running, rumbling, bumbling down, straight downhill, running over the whole defensive front four and barrels right into the end zone. Now they go into the Super Bowl. There's a multitude of things I could point at on why the Chiefs lost that AFC Championship game in 2018. A coin flip wasn't none of them. A quarter wasn't one of the reasons why they lost. I'm sorry. I know what the stats say. Oh, well, you know, in 12 overtime playoff games since 2012, 10 of them was won off the first possession by the person that won the coin toss. 2 of them lost. Oh, yeah, blah, blah. I don't care about that stat shit. End of the day, it's football. You put your pads on. I'm going to put my pads on. I'm got my helmet on. You got your helmet on. You supposed to keep me at the end zone. I'm supposed to keep you at the end zone. That is the job. I'm supposed to score more than you. You try to score more than me. That is the game of football. Point blank, period. But this giving extra possession because of a fucking coin flip is blasphemy for me. It's literally almost some in the same area code as participation trophies. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, come on. Still goes to show that the NFL has no clue about CTE, and that's one thing that I'm saying, man. Like they do know that the longer you play in the game, and the fatigue factor kicks in, you're opening up yourselves for more injuries, and they should know this. They should know this. So I stop fucking around with the overtime rules. I was just fine with the way the overtime rules were. Hell, they was worse before that, because in 2010, when they first made the change, all you had to do was go down and get a field goal. Y'all remember them days. I was still fine with that. First person score wins. I was fine with that. I didn't like the fact that they went, well, if you only hold them to a field goal, you get a chance to score. I didn't like that rule change. So I'm damn sure not a fan of this one. I was fine the way y'all had overtime. Yo, first person score wins. Period. I was fine with that. And then I adjusted. And now I got to adjust again, but only in the playoffs. I mean, I don't even know what to really even think anymore. They should know this with all the lawsuit money they had to pay out because of it. And, you know, see, here's the thing about certain places that make so much money. You're talking about a $10 billion a year company that the NFL is. They ain't worried about no money. They ain't worried about none of that. They said by the time they even get in trouble for it, they didn't already made billions and billions and billions. Little $100 million, $200 million, $300 million, $500 million little lawsuit ain't gonna hurt their pockets. That's how arrogant rich motherfuckers think. I can always outpay the problems. You don't believe me? Come on. Check out the behavior of all these rich people. I'm untouchable. I'm so freaking rich. My money can outpay any problem I have. NFL's ran by 31 of them, 31 rich people. They got that same mindset. Speaking of same mindset of 31 owners, that boy Jerry Jones, man. So y'all remember how we had the discussion on the show about him and his ace on his squad be a little pervert for 32 years and let him retire with a severance. And then a couple of weeks back, I reported on possible paternity suit. Well, lo and behold, look what came out today, especially on ESPN. So the lawyer, so Jerry Jones has paid nearly $3 million to the woman who says she is his biological daughter, including her full tuition at SMU and a $70,000 Range Rover on her 16th birthday. And to her mother, according to the Little Rock, Arkansas lawyer who delivered the payments on behalf of the Dallas Cowboys owner. So the lawyer's name is Don Jack. Told ESPN on Thursday that he made regular payments on Jones's behalf to Miss Alexandra Davis, who is a 25-year-old woman, congressional aide who filed a paternity lawsuit against Jerry Jones on March 3rd. And her mother, Cynthia Spencer Davis, who Jones met in 1995 when she was a ticket counter agent for American Airlines in Arkansas. So this is what Mr. Jack said. What's his name? Don Jack. He says, on numerous occasions, I made payments on behalf of Mr. Jones to Cindy and Alex Davis. And it says, Jack said in the statement, a longtime friend of Jerry Jones. Jack said he struck an agreement on Jones's behalf with Spencer Davis in 1995, paying her $375,000 and providing for monthly payments for child support, which ultimately totaled over $2 million. Jones has not acknowledged that Davis is his biological daughter, as why he used the term child support in his statement. Jack said, I used that term child support because that's what the agreement calls it, as if the child support payments indicate that Jones is Davis's father. Jack paused for 5 seconds before saying, I am not going to answer that one. My statement speaks for itself. So if you ask me, it sounds like you're admitting that he is the pappy and was paying child support. In that meeting, Alex read to me a personal letter she had drafted to Jerry Jones in which she expressed her dissatisfaction with what she had received and sought $20 million. Jack says she stated that if the amount was paid, she would not bother Mr. Jones again and would keep their relationship confidential. Neither Jack nor Wilkerson could provide proof of the letter or a date of the dinner. Wilkerson said it was 3 or 4 years ago. Wow, this is gonna get ugly. This clearly demonstrates that money has always been the ultimate goal here, Wilkerson said, and sadly, this is just one part of a more broad, calculated, and concerted effort that has been going on for some time by multiple people with various different agendas. Wow. Those additional expenses included $33,000 for Davis's Sweet 16 birthday party, which was featured on the reality TV show Big Rich Texas. In addition, Jones paid all of Alex's education expenses, including 4 years at SMU and 1 year at a private high school. Jones also paid $24,000 for Davis to take a trip abroad after she graduated from college and $25,000 for Davis and her mother to take a Christmas vacation in Paris. The facts clearly show that millions of dollars have been paid. And on top of that, a $20 million shakedown attempt was made. I think this speaks for itself as the motives. And on March 10th, a demand letter from a Jones attorney connects to Davis' paternity lawsuit and numerous other recent Cowboy scandals to the ongoing continuous divorce battle between Jones's daughter, Charlotte Jones Anderson, and her ex-husband, Shy Anderson. So there's a lot intertwined in this, man. This thing is a whole mess. Couldn't happen to a better owner and team, says the Giants fan. No, I get it. I get it. I understand, Matt. But no, I mean, we talked about it. Jerry Jones is a I think he's a scumbag. I'm just gonna call it what I see it. Because like this isn't even to your own fault of your lawyers, they're saying that this isn't the first quote unquote first attempt of somebody trying to extort you of money. Because that's what they're calling it, extortion of money. But it looks like you've been paying for a girl that you've been denying. So which one is it? Are you claiming her or are you not? Because one thing that's missing through all of this is there's no actual paternity test results from what I've gathered. The young lady is going off that Jerry Jones is my daddy because that's what my mom is telling me. But the mama has already been paid $375,000 back in '95 to say that, act like the situation never happened. But at the same time, now all of a sudden, education is getting paid for, Range Rovers getting bought, tickets for trips and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It looks like there's a lot of benefits coming from the young lady and the mother, who's supposed to be in the dark. I don't know. This just a whole heap of mess, and Jerry Jones is right in the middle of it. He need to go get with Maury before Maury retires, because they already said that they're not going to pick up his show and canceling it, not going to renew it. So he needs to get on one of them last shows. He needs to be the finale. Jerry Jones needs to be the finale. The last show of Maury on TV needs to be Jerry Jones and this young lady, because it's going to have to get sorted out. Because obviously there might be apparently, because when it was first reported, it was NDA was involved for the mother. So if that's the case, are they in breach of that? What are the terms on this NDA? I mean, there's a lot that needs to get discussed on this situation. But Jerry Jones found himself right in the middle, in the thick of this shit. But you know what? I don't care. I think he deserves some ramifications for the piss poor human being he's been, for allowing certain outlandish actions go on under his nose, under his regime, and his company, and his front office, by people he considers his right hand people, and they're being discussing to his own family. But that's another conversation for another time. Another news coming out the NFL: Bobby Wagner, All-Pro linebacker. Hell of a player, man. Bobby Wagner is a hell of a player, and Seattle didn't even bother to trade him. They released him, so you got no kind of value back from him. That I think is foolish. That I think is 100% foolish, that the Seattle Seahawks just let an all-pro linebacker walk right out the building, and you got no compensation back for him. They'll probably get a compensatory pick for him, because he left and went on and found another team, because I think that's how they do it. It's some kind of weird way they do in the NFL when they give you compensatory picks, because you lost a player. But still, I still don't understand why you let that man walk out the building and no actual compensation back for him. Because Bobby Wagner is one hell of a football player. So Bobby Wagner gets a nice deal. 5 years, $50 million. Not sure. The deal can be worth up to $65 million with bonuses. But selected in the second round in 2012 was Bobby Wagner. 10-year career. Yeah, 5 years, 50. It ain't nothing. I get what you're saying, Matt, but I mean, I don't. Bobby's not going to see that whole contract. He's not going to see that whole 5 years. And that's just my opinion. The dude is good. He is good, but he'll be 32 coming up in June. And I get how great he is. But that the older you get, man, I'm telling you, your production goes down. He's always a consistent tackler. I mean, I'll be honest. 140 his rookie year, 120 sophomore year, 104 third year, fourth year 114, fifth year 167, sixth year 133, seventh year 138, eighth year 159, ninth year 138, and his 10th he hits a career high in tackles at 170. So the man's a baller. Bobby Wagner's look. He is a quarterback on the defensive side of the ball. All right. Without Bobby Wagner, Legion of Boom doesn't happen. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there with you, Matt. Bobby Wagner, go ahead, get you one more ring and sit it down, man. You ask me if Bobby Wagner's a Hall of Famer? Hell yeah. Bobby Wagner's a Hall of Famer. In my book. Definitely in my book, he's a Hall of Famer. It's not like he got anything, a lot left to really prove. What left is there for him to really prove? You got one ring. Everybody knows you're a tackling machine. Can't play forever. I mean, everybody knows that. Even as much as Tom Brady hates, as much as he hates being away from the game, eventually he's going to have to walk away from it. So, I mean, and I give Bobby Wagner his credit. Hasn't missed a lot of football games. I mean, most he's missed 1, 2, 3, 4. He might have missed in his whole career, maybe about 9, 10 games. Zach Thomas will get in. His numbers stand up. All right, Zach Thomas' numbers stand up. I mean, you know how it is with the NFL sometimes, especially when it comes to the Hall of Fame, with the voters and all that shit. And sometimes it's just a popularity contest a little bit. You know, I like that guy because he's always was nice to me. He always gave me, inside little information. We had a working relationship between player and reporter. Blah 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 blah. He's a good community guy. Look at him, community guy. He never got in any trouble. I don't know why Zach Thomas not in the Hall of Fame. That was a tackle machine. But Bobby's going to be in there. Bobby's for sure is going to be in there. I mean, look, he's 32. I get it. You can, he will be 32 in June. Just me personally, at some point he's going to be going close to the on the other side of his prime, pretty much, and it's going to be sooner rather than later. But the thing is, with Seattle letting him go and not getting a lot of compensation back, now you got to see him in the division twice a year. It's already bad enough that pretty much Seattle is on a rebuild type of projection. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we got to see how they really going to look next year without Russell Wilson. I mean, I'm venturing off to say that they're going to struggle on offense for sure. I mean, you just don't downgrade because it's a downgrade. I don't care who you get in the draft. I don't care who you got in the building. They're not Russell Wilson. All right. They still got to sign Dwayne Brown, the left tackle, who's probably the only worth the crap offensive lineman that they had on there protecting Russell Wilson. So I would actually go 2 good years and maybe a third. But you're almost in the same ballpark with me, man. I just don't. How long do you need to be there? You know what I'm saying? How long is it necessary to be there? How long does it necessary to keep playing and playing and playing? At some point, let it go. I think you better let it go. Boom, boom, boom. And so far, he has been playing well. And that's the thing. And I think that's the tricky thing for me is Bobby Wagner hasn't shown 100% decline. Like the man in his 10th year just had his all-time output on total tackles. You know, like to me, and I get it's only 5 year 50 million, could go up to 60. It's not a bank breaker, so they obviously didn't break the bank on Bobby, as you shouldn't have. But I'm just of the process is you don't let him be a menace in your division. You just don't. They don't have the details yet on the contract. So hopefully whenever they give those details out, we can revisit this. But 5 years, 50 million. Yep, deal can be worked up to 65 million with bonuses. So they're not saying the guaranteed money yet. But yeah, I mean, get your money, Bobby. You know, he I'm just more like, damn, Seattle. You let a quarterback on defense literally just walk right out of the building. Not a lot of compensation. Not a lot at all. But let's kind of switch up the conversation a little bit because hey, we got Final Four this weekend. Final Four is this weekend. I gotta be honest. I am rooting for Carolina to get it. Even though Kansas is closer to home, I just wasn't a Jayhawk fan. I'm a Missouri Tiger fan, so rivalry. It says if he keeps grabbing 150 or so tackles after 2 and 3 years, what do you do? Honestly, I mean, I know it's a 5-year deal. I keep letting him ride it out until I see signs of regressing. If he's regressing, then yeah, find an opt out in that contract. Because those bonuses and stuff, you're probably not going to have to pay that shit if you have them off the roster by a certain point. So yeah, I would definitely ride it. But I one thing I would do if I'm general manager is to make sure that I'm bringing in a young linebacker that is similar to Bobby's attributes and get him molded by Bobby, because at some point Bobby's body will wear down. But if I can get what's in his mind and help what's in his mind, help a young linebacker that can possibly be just as good as Bobby and put him on game, that can prolong this transaction even further. Because even though you may not be able to benefit off of body for a long period of time, you can benefit off of knowledge that he can spread. So I would definitely play that, but I would pretty much made it a year by year situation. I know it looks like 5 year, 50 million up to 65, but to me it'd be a structured as in I got to opt out after each year because you are getting older. Bobby is getting older, and so I would rather protect my money. Just me as a GM. But yeah, on the Final Four time, I am rooting for Carolina to win. That Kansas Villanova game, that's going to be a good one. So will the Duke and Carolina. But here's what I'm loving about Carolina, man. It looks like they're playing with house money. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of experts didn't believe that. Hell, Carolina's not going to be in this position. They're not going to be worth the damn. And here they are. They're like, oh, Hubert Davis, there's no way you're going to follow a Hall of Fame coach and Roy Williams. And, oh, yeah, you didn't even get the top recruit class yet. You guys are going to struggle. So much for struggling. Hubert Davis wins no matter what. I mean, he's going to be able to still get the recruits next year because you're like, bro, you're still competitive. You're at a blue blood. North Carolina is a blue blood basketball program. So now that you stayed current and relevant, as in competing wise, then you'll forever be a avenue for the recruits. That's how that works. Win, good guys keep coming. And you don't have to win a national championship every time. You just need to be in position to win a national championship. And then in his first year, he's already proven that, hey, I can at least get to the Final Four. Here we are. Here we are. Give Hubert Davis his flowers, man. Hubert Davis deserves some praises for the great coaching job he's done. I, for one, didn't see Carolina at least being this good to get to the Final Four. But yet, here they are. And I hope the best for my brother Shaheen Holloway. Y'all saw the story. St. Peter's, Jersey City had the city on fire. 15 seed, fucking up a lot of brackets. Yeah, it looks good. It looked good, St. Peter's, when he was had y'all guys in the limelight. Better hope the next coach you can get is be just as good. Because this is the problem when you got these small schools that do good in these tournaments. All you doing is making your coach available for the pickings. He looks real good to those mighty fine top tier Power 5 schools. In Seton Hall, they couldn't wait. They said, hey, come on home to Seton Hall. Remember us, Shaheen? You wore our uniform. Come back and transform our program like you did St. Peter's. And guess what? You ain't got to go far. We're still in Jersey. Can't pass that up. So I don't blame for Shaheen to go upgrade his job or upgrade his occupation. I'm not mad at that. Get yours, brother. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, a lot of these small schools, it's a gift and a curse when you have success in the basketball tournament. The gift is you get noticed. You can make your recruits or the quality of recruits go up. You can. That's the gift. Because you can potentially raise your talent pool of what type of players you're getting in your program. Yes, you can. Here's the curse. The more success you have, the more harder it's going to be to keep that coach there that created that atmosphere and that environment of success. And you can hope, only hope, and pray that you find a successor that is just as good as that coach was to continue that environment of success. It's not an easy job to do. It's not an easy way to find that. It's just like that. So, I mean, it's a tough break. It is a tough break. It is a tough break for these small schools that have success in the NCAA tournament. It's going to come with some gifts and it's going to come with some curses. Shaheen Holloway leaving is the curse of it. But the gift that he gave you of busting so many brackets this year and the gift of being a darling, the Cinderella darling that made headline news and all the media outlets. People know who St. Peter's is now. I didn't know what the St. Peter's was before this tournament. I know where they are now. I know that they're a Jesuit school out in Jersey City. Before Shaheen Holloway and those boys at St. Peter's did what they did this past March. Now I know who they are. But things happen. When you come with that success, especially as a small school, things change. Who knows if we'll hear about a St. Peter's again? Don't know. But we did this year. Brought a lot of gifts. This is just a curse. Losing Shaheen Holloway. It's part of the business. Can't match Seton Hall's money. You can't match him having having ties to Seton Hall. Can't beat it. So it is what it is. Some people aren't meant to stay in one place forever. Some people are meant to elevate, to inspire, or to push, to motivate. You know, people aren't meant to stay in one place forever. It is what it is. But look, y'all, that is the hour. I know I missed Tuesday's show. I will not be making that up tomorrow. I'll probably go 5 days next week because I will be in Kansas City April 10th through the 18th. I will bring my equipment. I'll see what shows I can get in because I will be pretty much there. Spend time with family, reconnect with family. But look, episode 162 is in the books. Until Monday. Y'all come back now. You hear same midnight hour, same wild card one. It's been real. Peace.
Yo. Sound like Hello TD Hurst. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. Alright, let me get serious this time. Yo. I'm on my God of War shit, all the war spits. Let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding wit, suicidal flow. Nose diving to a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jerking out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall, supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon skull. Deadly with explosive, if you're softer than some woven silk. Grind the rapper's flesh in the syrup and call it muscle milk. So nutritious, my hunger forever endless. I'm vicious and bloodthirsty, my nigga. I handle business pretentious, I leave them injured. Eating pickers for dinner underground like not the splinter, then hibernate.